Hello everyone, I'm Francesca. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have another recipe for you guys, like always. I don't know why I always say that, but this one is sticky chili lime tofu with coconut rice and a peach cucumber salsa. Oh my gosh, so good for summer. It reminds me a lot of the dishes I used to eat. I used to get like a mahi mahi with a mango salsa and like a jasmine rice or something like that. This is easy to make, so delicious. You get about 3 servings from it, so it's good for like a family, or if you want 3 pieces of tofu each, and you get 2 servings, so like family, couples, things like that, or meal prep. I ate the leftovers for the last 2 days and they were really good. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get into the video. Let's start this off by making our coconut rice. So I'm adding 1 cup of water and then 1 cup of light coconut milk. You can use full fat if you like. This came out a little bit more subtle on the coconut flavor, so full fat would probably have more flavor. And 1 cup of dry white rice. And we are just going to stir that up. And I have the pot on a high heat right now because I want to bring this to a boil. So I gave that a little stir, and then I'm going to add in some cane sugar, about 1 teaspoon, and half a teaspoon of salt. That's it. Easy. I'm just going to give it a stir to get all those sugars and salt dissolved. And I'm just letting it come to a boil. Once it's boiling, I'm going to drop the heat down to a very low simmer, cover it, and let it cook for, 20 to 25 minutes until it's nice and fluffy, just like you would regular rice. Onto our tofu. I'm going to use a block of tofu that I actually had frozen. You don't have to use frozen tofu. You can use regular, but I really like using frozen tofu. If you want to learn more about why frozen tofu is great, you can read my blog post on it. So I went to cut the tofu in half. I messed up, obviously. So I cut those thicker strips into 2 more strips. So we have 6 big rectangles. And as you can see, the texture of the tofu is a little spongier. It's a little denser. I really like frozen tofu. You should try it if you haven't already. I'm going to coat the tofu in cornstarch. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but it gives a really nice crispy golden outside. So this is all of my tofu rectangles coated in cornstarch, ready to be cooked. My pan isn't big enough, so I had to do 3 at a time. I'm taking about half a tablespoon of sesame oil, spreading that out around the pan, and then I'm just going to add in our tofu rectangles. If you're oil-free, you don't have to cook it in the sesame oil. You can just use a really good nonstick pan. I like to use the sesame oil. It's a little bit, it just helps get it nice and crispy. It's good. So I'm going to cook it for like 3 to 4 minutes on each side until it's nice and golden and crispy on a medium-low heat. So now I am just going to flip it, and be careful because, it's going to be hot. And see, it gets a little bit golden, a little bit crispier. The texture is a little bit nice on the outside. I really like coating in the cornstarch. I would highly suggest you try it. So just let that cook again for 3 to 4 minutes on that side. You want all the cornstarch to be basically cooked off. So I'm going to make our glaze now. This is a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. Then we are going to add in some spices, chili powder, garlic powder, red pepper flakes, a little bit of salt. Then we're going to add in the juice of 1 lime and some water, and just mix it up. Very easy to do this. Now I'm going to go over to my pan, add half of it because we're doing this in 2 batches. And I'm just going to let this cook for about, 5-ish minutes until it gets really thick. You'll see it's really liquidy, it's bubbling, it's going to goo up. The sugars in the maple syrup are naturally going to caramelize, and you'll see it. See how it's starting to get a little bit gooey here? That's what we're going for. And you can cook the tofu for as long as you want. I did 1 batch like lightly cooked, and then another kind of like more burnt and caramelized. Both tasted really great. You can just let it cook for as long as you want to have it just have different textures and flavors. And I just like to kind of spread that like caramelized maple syrup on top, so make sure the tofu is really getting all of that flavor. And yeah, it's just gonna look something like this. So you can cook it for longer, or you can remove it like this when it's done. Totally your choice. So now we're gonna plate everything up. I'm gonna add some of my coconut rice in. And like I said, this is a very subtle coconut rice. You can add in toasted coconut if you like, or a little more sugar. Then I'm gonna add in 3 pieces of my tofu. So here you can see this is the darker, more caramelized tofu. And then I'm gonna add on this peach cucumber salsa. I didn't show you making this, it's very simple. Just cut up a peach, cucumber, a little red onion, and jalapeno if you like, and just mix it up together, and that's it. You can use any fruit really, mango, salsa, nectarine. I said salsa, I meant strawberries. And then I just sprinkled some toasted coconut flakes on there. And later I sprinkled sesame seeds as well. I just didn't show that. And I just placed a few pieces of parsley in there just to make it look extra pretty and fancy. And I also garnished it with some lime. And this is it when it's all done. I love this dish so much. It's so good. It's so perfect for summer. The tofu is incredible. You have to try the tofu. My mom, who doesn't even like tofu, loved it. And I love the texture inside when you cut it. See how it's just a totally different texture when you freeze it? It just is so much better. You guys have to try freezing your tofu. Alright guys, that was our recipe. As always, there is a link in the description box to the blog post. It says blog post and it's a bit.ly link. First thing you can click on. People are still asking me where to find the full written out recipe. If you try this, be sure to tag me on Instagram. Love to see your creations and I share them on my stories, and comment down below. Let me know how it went. I'm letting you guys know now I'm going away for next week. There'll be a pre-recorded video on Thursday, but there won't be a video on next Sunday like there usually should be. I don't have enough time to get 2 videos out before I leave within the next few days. If you like my videos, you already know, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff helps the channel out. Thank you all for your continued love and support. It means a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!